Wow, what a great crowd. It was kind of like a little reunion for Lise and I and Cindy Nicholas, who served together the Providence Market at Relevant Radio several years ago. And Joe and I, Kavanaugh and I served on the board of Relevant Radio together. So I always like to begin every conversation that I have with a group of terrific people with a little prayer. And one little aspiration that I've been saying frequently lately is the Latin phrase ut videum, and it means that I may see, Lord, that I may see. And I think tonight I'm asking the Holy Spirit that everyone in this room might see the terrified young woman that comes to the Mother of Life Center or to the JPII Life Center and see them and be there for them. Also, a society that not only allows abortion, but now celebrates abortion and calls it a right. We have to see the need and respond. So, ut videum, that ask the Holy Spirit tonight that you're really open to seeing the need. So it is wonderful to be back in Providence. When I was thinking of the first time that I met the Mother of Life Center, it was Father Marcel Tyone that Father just mentioned, and he was saying Mass for us, and Lise and I were really anxious to support the work of Mother of Life on Relevant Radio. So it has always been an important part of my desire is to fight abortion and to provide for the dignity of the unborn child. So I've been in part of the pro-life movement, whether in Chicago, through Relevant Radio, or through now the JPII Life Center, for the last 40 years. And I have to say, the last 3 years as CEO of the JPII Life Center has given me a new perspective on the problems that our country is facing, that young women face, and the needs of the women that come to our centers. So one of the things I'm going to take you through, kind of like what Father just did with the history of the Mother of Life Center, is to try to help us understand how we got here. You know, this didn't happen overnight, and I just read a statistic that said that Planned Parenthood said 80% of American citizens think abortion should be legal. And I found that like, what? I know a lot of people, and 80% of them don't think abortion is okay. But then I thought of how the pro-abortion faction, the secular media, have twisted the language, have changed how they present problems to us, and have misguided and misinformed our young people and everybody in our country. So what I think is important to solving the problem is understanding where it came from. So Father Dwight Longenecker, I saw this, and whoever clicking yep, there. First we overlook evil, then we permit evil, then we legalize evil, then we promote evil, then we celebrate evil, and then we persecute those who still call it evil. So I'm going to take you through a little journey of where we started and how we got to where we are. So culturally, I think it started in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and I'm a product of the 70s and 80s. And first we overlooked evil. In the 60s, they wanted to increase abortion access. They talked about the coat hangers and alley abortions and said abortion is a woman's right. And of course, we all believe in women's rights. So we overlooked evil, remained on the fence. A lot of times people were justifying it for others, but not necessarily for themselves. At the same time, pro-abortion forces were busy changing the language, and I think we've seen that. The media and Hollywood took it on, and they're smart about it. Contraception and abortion became the rally call of feminists who somehow equated both with a misguided sense of freedom and sexual equality. We permitted evil and called it freedom. So when they were changing the way that we talked about this, and I've read a book, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing by Saul Alinsky, and they talk about how you twist the language to make it more acceptable to good people. So they labeled abortion as health care. As Americans, we stand firm in our rights and and on our freedoms, and they called abortion reproductive rights. Everyone wants the power to choose, and pro-abortion became pro-choice. We promoted evil and called it choice. Another slide. Roe v. Wade was legalized in 1973. For 50 years, Planned Parenthood has grown and promoted abortion as a solution to a problem. All of a sudden, pregnancy became a problem to be solved, and abortion became a profit center for Planned Parenthood. We legalized evil and called it victory. And now, as counterintuitive as it seems, we celebrate evil and call it necessary. Pro-lifers are bigots and racists against women's rights and suppressing health care. Austin is a very liberal city with the University of Texas there. Young women there are so confused. I don't know if it's groupthink or what it is, but good people, including many Catholics, stay on the fence for fear of being canceled. We cancel and persecute those who call it evil in the name of justice. Politicians fear not getting elected if they're pro-life. If we keep our heads down and our mouth shut, why are we surprised that these laws have been enacted? I went to a Texas Alliance for Life gala a couple weeks ago, and the keynote speaker said, if you're on the fence about this issue, the devil owns the fence. And I'd never really thought of it that way before, but I think I'm from Chicago, very liberal town, and in a very Catholic neighborhood with Queen of All Saints Basilica, and most of my friends will say that they're pro-choice. So I was talking to Lise the other day, and I said, I tell my pro-choice friends, if you're really pro-choice, you will support centers like Mother of Life and the John Paul II Life Center because we give women choice. We have 1,000 women come into our center every year, and most of them think abortion is their only choice. So there's an irony there that if you really believe in choice, let's give women who are alone and terrified a choice.